It is Wednesday, April 7th, 2021, 11:16 p.m. And this is my dream summary from, last night. So it's a bit late. Well, literally, I should be going to bed. It's also a bit late to be doing a dream summary. I should have done it earlier today. I'm just going to do like a quick one because I barely remember the dream now, but it was an interesting topic, a topic that we're familiar with. My last girlfriend, Jen, who I last saw 8 years ago. So, um, I went to bed around 10:40 last night, and then I think I woke up at 5 a.m. And then I tried, or was that the night before that I woke up at 5? I can't remember. Did I brush my teeth? I don't know. I remember there was one part of a dream last night where I was driving a car down country roads, and at some point did I stop at like I don't know, some like dirt parking lot, park like for some reason, and I looked sort of behind me, and there was this girl reclined, like the seat was completely flat, and it was a redhead girl. I think it was this girl, Carolyn, or somebody who used to work at an audio house. And I'm like, "What are you doing in the car? You've been here all the time?" She's like, "Yeah." That's all I remember. I don't remember why or what that was all about. And then there was another situation with Jen. So I can't remember exactly now. I should have filmed this morning when it was still in my head. But I wanted to go for a jog and stuff, and I didn't want to sit here and talk about it. But I was like in a dark room, like an apartment, and there was like a dark square, like a black square, like a shadowy figure on a bed. And I can't remember if it was me or if it was her. I think it was, maybe it was me. Somehow I think I wound up under the blanket with her. Like, I don't know, I was under the blanket, and then she popped in, and I'm like, "Oh my God, it's you." Yeah, I really should have filmed this morning. I don't remember where I was or why, but I just remember her. Like, I was like so excited to see her. I'm like, "What are you doing here? Like, I haven't seen you for years. Like, why are you here? It's really you." And she's like, "Yeah, I'm here." And I can't remember why she was there. But I just remember us lying together and sort of like cuddling and maybe under the blanket, like completely. And I'm just like, "Oh my God. Oh my God." It just felt so right. It just so comforting. And that's it. And I think, I mean, the rest of the dream, who knows? We were together. We were in the apartment. We were walking around. I don't, I should have recorded this morning, but I guess it doesn't really matter because it's not an actual thing that happened with her. I just woke up and I was just feeling sick. Yeah, see, now I've forgotten how I felt this morning, too. I really need to record these things right away. But I remember waking up just thinking, "Oh no, how did I let her go?" Because I realized, like, yeah, I was 40 when I last saw her. And I remember I didn't invite her to my birthday party because I'm like, "Oh, I didn't want to be tied down by a girlfriend at my 40th birthday party." And I just remember she was helping me. I don't know. She would come and do things at my apartment, like pick things up for me or whatever when I was away. And I remember her. Maybe I had people like staying with me that she would let in or something. And I remember thinking, I remember I saw her in the parking lot. She parked her car and she just looked at me and she said, "Are you happy with this? Like the way it is?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess." And that was it. And I think I saw her one last time. Because I got her into the Actors Union and she was crossing the street near the Actors Union place because it was also where my ad agency, and I was crossing and she was crossing the other way. I'm like, "Oh," and she's like, "Josh Rackless." And I would have had to like turn around and like go to her side of the street now, and I guess I should have, but I thought, "Oh, I'll see her again sometime," and I didn't, and I never saw her again, and maybe I never will. Probably not. I mean, she's married with kids, and I was sitting here today, this afternoon, just thinking of a moment that she told me about. Like, I broke up with her a few times, and I would try to get her back. I'd write a song about her, and there was one time we were broken up. She told me when we got back together. It just hurts me. It tears me apart to even say this. But I was in a radio ad. I was acting in a radio ad, and she said that she was lying in bed, sort of half asleep in the morning, and her like clock radio went on, and she was listening to the radio in her sleep, and she heard me in the radio ad, and in her head, in her dream or whatever, she was like, oh, she thought it was me beside her, and she was like, oh, hello, she was happy. She would start talking to me, and then she woke up and realized I wasn't beside her. It was just my voice in the radio ad. And when she told me this, when we got back together for a bit, it just destroyed me. And I understood it too, because I always thought about her too. And remember when I got back together once with her and we were cuddling on my bed, I was like, I feel like I'm home again. And I remember when I was trying to get her back one time, I told her, like, I feel like I'm on vacation when I'm with you. All of these things were love. And it's not easy to find. I thought, and I was just terrified of life being over. I thought, oh, if I'm with someone, what's life about? Like, I'm not pursuing, I'm not, I mean, of course I look back now and I'm like, no, you build a life with someone. It's like the pleasure of raising a family and you can have all these adventures together. You can still do things, amazing things. But all I knew was like, oh, it's just about dating and meeting people and like, what else is there in life? And I can't accept. I guess I might have to accept. Like, I don't want to go through the rest of whatever life I have left, just never knowing love again, and just always thinking about this person, going, oh my God, think about all the fun we could have had. It just destroys me. It just makes me so sad. And she's still so intense. Like, I've not heard her voice. I've not seen her for 8-9 years, and but she's still in my dreams, like as vivid, more vivid than anybody I know in real life. So I don't know. My lesson to you is, my message to you, I guess, is if you meet someone like that, don't let them go. You don't then spend the rest of your life trying to find someone else to do something with, or, let that be the person that, I don't like saying die. Like, if you die, you're both buried, your tombstones will be beside each other. Because I think I'm going to be around forever. I think science is going to cure death. But, it's that kind of thing. Like, who's your partner for life? Who are you going to retire to in Florida and hold hands and go for walks every night? Like, we were so good together. Oh, and that was the other thing I wanted to say. I'm mad at Judaism now because, I always thought, oh, I should marry a Jewish girl. And I guess it was always in the back of my head, like, oh, because she wasn't Jewish. But who cares? What, I let the love of my life go, or one of my loves of my lives go, because I wasn't, she wasn't the right made-up religion. She actually did a master's in religion. So, she knew about religion. But it's all just this made-up nonsense. I don't believe in God or anything. Like, it's all made up. I know it's made up. Why would I let that color who I'm going to be with? If I haven't met any Jewish girls that I connected with like that. I don't want to have more dreams about her, but maybe I do. Maybe that's good to be, like, is that some kind of pleasure? But it's not. I just feel like I'm in a Black Mirror episode, like, if they're just plugging me into the computer and I can live these wonderful lives, but then I wake up and it's not wonderful. But I just gotta keep moving, and I keep saying, like, there's billions of people in the world. There's gotta be, like, somebody else I can get along with. How do I find them, though? She found me because she read articles about me in the paper and then emailed me. And I mean, how rare is that? How rare is it that I'm going to get in the news and somebody's going to see me and contact me? I guess I better get up tomorrow and start doing things that are newsworthy, right? All right. And now it's time to go to sleep again.